I never thought I'd start a neighborhood war over a welcome mat. But then again, I also never thought I'd end up living under the reign of Karen, the power-hungry HOA president with a clipboard and a permanent scowl. It all started when I bought a custom-made welcome mat that read, HOA Free Zone. It was a harmless little joke. My house was, unfortunately, in an HOA-run neighborhood, but that didn't mean I had to love it. I figured the mat would make my stance clear while keeping things lighthearted. But Karen? Oh no, Karen had no sense of humor. One morning, I stepped outside to grab the mail, and bam, my welcome mat was gone. At first, I thought maybe a strong wind had taken it. But after checking the bushes and questioning my dog, I reviewed my security camera footage. And there she was, Karen. She strutted up to my porch like she owned the place, snatched my mat, and marched off with her nose in the air, looking like she had just performed a grand act of justice. Oh, but it didn't end there. That same day, I got a notice from the HOA. Unapproved decor violation number 283. Your welcome mat does not align with community aesthetic standards. Fine, $50. $50 for a mat that she stole. That's when I decided I wouldn't just get even, I would go nuclear. If Karen had an issue with my small, innocent welcome mat, what would she do if there was more? A lot more. So I made some calls. And by some calls, I mean I found a warehouse selling discount carpet remnants by the truckload. I ordered enough outdoor carpeting to cover the entire street. And when the delivery truck arrived, I got to work. Under the cover of darkness, I rolled out plush, luxurious carpeting from driveway to driveway. We even customized sections. In front of my house, a giant version of my original HOA Free Zone welcome mat. In front of Karen's house, a bright red carpet, as if she were the queen of nonsense. In front of her least favorite neighbor's house, a neon green section that read, "This carpet is HOA approved." By morning, the entire street was carpeted like a Las Vegas hotel lobby. And that's when all hell broke loose. The sun rose, and with it, the most beautiful sight I had ever seen, a fully carpeted street, stretching from driveway to driveway like a luxurious, HOA-approved nightmare. The first sign of trouble came at 6:45 a.m. when Karen stormed out for her morning jog. She took 2 steps off her porch, looked down at the plush red carpet leading from her house, and froze like a deer in headlights. Her mouth moved, but no words came out. And then chaos. Karen lost her mind. She whipped out her phone, probably dialing the police, the National Guard, or whoever enforces HOA laws. Then she tried to stomp on the carpet, as if testing whether it was real. Spoiler, it was very real. Neighbors started stepping outside, rubbing their eyes, gawking at the ridiculous scene. Mr. Thompson, the old guy who hated Karen, laughed so hard he had to hold onto his mailbox for support. Susan, who had received HOA fines for having unapproved garden gnomes, was recording on her phone. Todd, the guy with the loud motorcycle that Karen had tried to ban, walked out barefoot and said, "Oh damn, this is soft. We keeping this." But the best part? The mailman arrived. He stepped onto the newly carpeted street, hesitated, then shrugged and said, "Oh wow, about time this neighborhood got some class." Karen's face turned so red I thought she was going to spontaneously combust. Predictably, Karen stormed up to my house. "Karen, what is the meaning of this?" Me. "Morning, Karen. You like it?" "Just making sure the street has a consistent aesthetic. You know, per HOA guidelines." She looked like she was about to punch a hole in the sun. "Karen, this is an unauthorized modification. You can't just." I held up my phone and smirked. "Oh, but I can. According to HOA rules, outdoor decor is allowed as long as it's well maintained and doesn't obstruct property access. This, just a very big welcome mat." Her eye twitched. She knew I was right. Still, Karen was not one to admit defeat. She stormed off, phone glued to her ear, probably calling the HOA higher-ups to put an end to my reign of carpeted terror. Little did she know, I wasn't done yet. By noon, the local news had shown up. That's right, Susan's video went viral. A crew from the local station rolled in, cameras out, looking for an interview. They approached me first. Reporter, sir, can you tell us why you carpeted the entire street? Me, of course. Our HOA president stole my welcome mat, so I thought why not share the warmth with everyone? Reporter, and what do you say to critics who call this excessive? Me, critics? You mean Karen? Yeah, I'm sure she hates it. But hey, this is what community looks like. I gestured at Todd, who was currently lounging on the carpeted sidewalk like it was a luxury resort. Karen? Oh, she was livid. The cameras were on, so she was trying to keep her cool, but her fake smile looked like it was holding back a scream of biblical proportions. She had only one move left. Karen called the city. At 3 p.m., a city code enforcement officer pulled up in his truck. Karen stood by, arms crossed, looking victorious. Karen, asterisk, finally, you're here. This monstrosity needs to be removed immediately. The officer stepped out, took one look at the street, then at me. Officer, sir, did you carpet the road? Me, yup. Officer, huh? He crouched down, ran his hand over the fabric, then looked back at Karen. Officer, ma'am, I don't see any violations here. It's not a permanent structure. It's not obstructing emergency vehicles, and honestly, it's kinda nice. Karen looked like someone had told her HOA bylaws were optional. Karen, but it's a disturbance. Officer, that's an HOA matter. As far as city code goes, this is fine. The moment Karen realized she had no power, I swear I heard the HOA gods weep. But I knew Karen wouldn't give up yet. She had one last trick up her sleeve. And that's when she did something so desperate, so unhinged, it made everything 10 times worse for her. Karen was foaming at the mouth. Her grand plan had backfired spectacularly. The city code enforcement officer had sided with me. The neighbors loved the carpet, and the news crew was still rolling. But Karen wasn't done. Oh no. When a Karen is losing, she doesn't accept defeat like a normal person. She goes full supervillain. And that's exactly what she did. In a fit of pure, unhinged HOA rage, Karen did something I never expected. She grabbed a leaf blower. Yep, a leaf blower. And she stormed out of her house like a woman on a mission, firing it up like it was an exorcism tool and trying to blast the carpet off the street. I swear, it was the funniest thing I had ever seen. Karen, red-faced, holding a leaf blower, trying to fight an entire street of carpeting. She aimed it at my massive HOA free zone welcome mat section. Nothing happened. She turned the power up and tried again. Still nothing. She got frustrated and started waving the blower around wildly, like some kind of dollar store superhero. Neighbors were dying of laughter. Todd, what is she even doing? Trying to blow the carpet away? Susan, oh my God, I am so putting this on TikTok. The news camera crew was still filming. And that's when things got even worse for Karen. See, Karen didn't check the wind direction before her little meltdown. So when she swung the leaf blower around with all her might, boom, a huge cloud of dirt, leaves, and debris blew straight back into her own face. Her mouth was open mid-scream, so she got a full mouthful of dust. She started choking, coughing, and waving her hands around like a deranged bird. The news cameras caught every second. The reporter was trying not to laugh. Neighbors were doubled over. Even the code enforcement officer had to turn away to hide his smirk. Karen stumbled backward and tripped over her own red carpet section. She landed flat on her back, arms spread out, looking like a crime scene outline. I stepped forward and peered down at her. Me. You okay, Karen? Need a softer landing? Oh, wait. I already handled that. The neighborhood lost it. Karen, covered in dirt, humiliated on live TV, did the only thing she could do. She ran inside and slammed the door. And just like that, the war was won. By sunset, the news segment aired, featuring a slow-motion replay of Karen's leaf blower fail. The story went viral within hours. Hashtag Welcome Mat Revenge was trending. But my favorite part? The HOA board held an emergency meeting that night. And the very next day, a new notice appeared on Karen's door. It was a violation notice for disrupting the community with excessive noise and debris. Karen got fined by her own HOA. I framed a copy of that notice and hung it right by my front door on top of my brand new, oversized welcome mat. The street? Oh, we left the carpet there for a full week just to make sure Karen remembered who really ran the neighborhood. Like and subscribe for more videos like this.